And after chasing the Great Migration, it's easy to think that the adventure's over. But today, I'm challenging that. I'm exploring 4 lakes right here in southeast Kansas to see what wildlife is hiding in plain sight. And one of these spots is my absolute favorite. So this isn't the week that I had planned. After the past 2 episodes of going out to Lowe's Bluffs and then over to Cheyenne Bottoms, it's been a great start to the year. And I had hoped to continue that with more long-distance adventures this week. With unplanned doctor's appointments and needs to go and help friends, I had to stay closer to home this week. But that doesn't mean that I can't have adventure. That doesn't mean that I can't have journeys into the wild. So in this episode, we're going to visit 4 local lakes in southeast Kansas. 4 of my favorite places to go for reflection and solitude, each with a unique ecosystem to itself. And all of them together provide a wonderful time to be out. It's winter in southeast Kansas. It's still pretty cold. That doesn't mean that we can't go out and find peace in nature. I'm fortunate to live in the Chautauqua Hills region of southeast Kansas. It's an area known for its sandstone-capped rolling hills and bluffs, cross timbers. The area contrasts with the Flint Hills, similar sandstone formations from ancient river deltas, but very unique in its own ecosystem. And we're blessed to have several lakes in the area, 4 very close. 2 of them are very large lakes, Corps of Engineer projects, and then there's a couple of smaller lakes. So come along with me as we move from the Great Migration to some local treasures and check out these hidden gems in our own backyard. Well, the first stop is Big Hill Lake, and it sits between small towns of Mound Valley and Cherryville, Kansas. This is a 1,240-acre lake. The Corps of Engineers started construction on this in 1974. They completed it in 1981. It provides fishing and there's swimming beaches, and there is camping sites here, both for RVs and tent camping, hiking trails. And what might surprise you is that some of the wildlife, well, it's not alive at all. Chancey Poe is a local artist. He lives in Altamont, and he does these carvings. And he uses chainsaw to make these carvings, and he has put them out here. And if you look him up, look up Elite Carving in Altamont, Kansas. He works for the Corps of Engineers here, and he also does wood carving. He really prefers animals. They highlighted him in a local magazine here not too long ago. Chancey Poe, and look forward to meeting him someday. This is a part of Big Hill I've never been to before. This is the beginning of the horse trail. There's a 15-mile horse riding trail through here. Looks like they have a corral for horses, and maybe where you can tie your horses up out in this area. This red-tailed hawk caught my eye. Well, I've come over on the Mound Valley side of the lake and see more of Mr. Poe's work. Here is a bigmouth bass that he carved out. You really need to look at this. I mean, he just takes the old stump and he carved into it. It's impressive. I'm sort of sandwiched in between these two large Corps of Engineer lakes, or two smaller lakes. They're nonetheless jewels. I think of my wife's engagement ring. The first engagement ring that I could afford was just a little chip of a diamond. And many years later, I could afford to get her something better. The other day, I was looking through and I found her old engagement ring. And that little chip has its own beauty to it. I want to share these two lakes with you because in the same way, before these Corps of Engineer lakes were established, these were the lakes that provided the recreation for the area. Fishing and boating and swimming. I remember before we were married, which will be 50 years in May, Connie and I came out with her family and we came out to this lake. This is Parsons City Lake. I hope you enjoy it. This is quite a gem out here. There's a tree over here filled with eagles. There's ducks and geese and heron all out into the lake. Next stop is going to be the Montgomery County Lake. Well, this is the smallest of the four lakes at only 105 acres. It's also the most primitive. There's no water hookups, no restroom facilities, but this is the place for solitude and reflection. This is a place where I use my ears more than I use my eyes. I listen for the rustling in the grass and through the trees. Today, the fish aren't going to be jumping. The surface of the lake is frozen in spots, not thick ice. It's about 25 degrees out, and so it's cold, but sure is pretty. Well, I consider this the crown jewel of the area. This is Elk City Lake. It's another Corps of Engineer project, 4,500 acres of water and 857 acres here in this state park. It's adjacent to the 12,000 acres of wildlife area. And whether I'm coming to take advantage of one of the campsites or just some time to sit and reflect, this is a wonderful place. Okay, so I've driven about a 50-mile loop, seen deer, eagles, ducks, and this shows you don't have to drive far to see incredible beauty. Do you have a favorite loop? Tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay on the path, continue to reflect. God bless you.